Hey there, it's Bear. Today I want to make a smelting and progression guide. Let's get right into it. Let's talk about the crucial items you'll need to get started. You'll need a crucible, ingot molds, an anvil mold, tongs, a hammer, and hopefully a pickaxe to collect you some ore. Before you start smelting the ore, you actually need to find some nuggets and any type of coal. You then can take your crucible, throw it on the fire, throw your nuggets into the crucible, make sure they're evenly spread out, and throw your coal in there. Now that my copper is finally melted, all that is left is to pour it into whichever mold I want by shift right clicking. Now what do you do with that copper once you have it down into bars? All you gotta do is have some coal, have the bars, and have a forge. The way you make a forge is it's just the same cobblestone, 7 cobblestone in a U like this in the crafting pattern. You can throw up to 4 or 5 coal in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coal. And up to 4 ingots or 1 work item in there. Light it up, and once that's hot, you'll be ready to work. Now that my ingots are nice and hot, I can grab one and I can slap it on the anvil. In this case, what I'm going to craft is I'm going to craft the copper hoe head. Now you can take out your hammer, and you'll see this grid pop up. You can press F and select what your tools. You can hit up, to the right, down, to the left. You can also split off pieces, or you can do a heavy hit. In this case, I'm going to spread it to the left in this case. And since this was a rather small design, all I gotta do is chip away the rest. And there we have it. We have our copper hoe head, and with a stick I can craft it into my copper hoe. But you've already made copper and you want to make higher tiered metals. Let's just say you found some copper, bismuth, and some zinc. What you can do with these 3 is make a type of bronze. In this case, it's going to be bismuth bronze. And there are going to be 2 other types of bronze that you can make. One of those types is going to be tin bronze, which is simply just tin and copper. Another type, which definitely looks the best, is going to be the black bronze, and that one takes copper, silver, and gold, which is obviously going to be much more expensive. Alright, and now that the bismuth bronze is done, all we gotta do is pour it. You can obviously pour it into these ingot molds as I have been, or you can obviously pour it into the hammer mold or any of the other weapon or tool molds. So you have copper and you have bronze. What's next? Next would be iron. You can break it down in nuggets, and what you will need is a bloomery base and a bloomery chimney. How you can get that is through fire clay bricks, which you can just craft with fire clay. Take your bloomery chimney, take 120 nuggets, because that's how much can fit, and 6 coal. Throw all 120 nuggets in there, 6 coal, and then light it up. And that's all there is to that. Luckily, I already have another bloomery here, where I can show you how to refine this iron. You can break the bloomery and it will drop you some of the bricks and 6 iron blooms. Now I'm going to show you 2 ways to process these iron blooms. One is a slow way. 1 coal should be enough per bloom. And there we go. The coal just ended. Put the bloom on the anvil. Now you gotta be on the split mode, and you gotta hammer off all these black chunks on it. And this would be considered the slow method. This isn't too bad the first couple times you do it until you want quite a bit of iron. Now that all the black is gone, all the black carbon, we gotta hammer the iron into the form of an ingot. Iron you cannot pour or smelt from a crucible. You have to smith it out in this way. And there we go. And now I will show you the fast way to do it. These are called helve hammers, and they will help me bang out these iron blooms. They can also help you bang out only plates, but that is all they can help you with. This is not the fastest or the most health hammers you can have, but it is what I have. Put your bronze anvil down, at least to smith iron. And there we go. Now I'm just going to let the health hammers do their job. And there we go. Before you do this next part, make sure you're rich on iron because a whole anvil will take 9 iron ingots total to complete. What you're going to need is powdered borax, the top part of the anvil which I smithed, and the bottom part of the anvil which I smithed. Put these on the forges and wait for them to heat up. Alright, this should be hot enough. You can grab the bottom, put it down, put borax on top, grab the top, put the top on, and smack it with the hammer. And there you go, now you got an iron anvil. Now what can you do with an iron anvil? Honestly, not a whole lot. But if you have found iron meteorite, you might want to process that. You can process it same way iron is, in a bloomery, with 12 pieces this time, and 6 pieces of coal. This will still produce you 6 pieces of iron, or 6 pieces of meteorite iron. At least we already have some refined here. We can throw these on into the forge. Alright, this looks hot enough to work with. And once you finally are at the point where you can craft meteorites, tools, and armor, I would call this endgame. Yes, you can still progress on to steel and refine steel, or refine iron into steel, but I haven't got to that point yet, and I am pretty content at where I am, at least right now, since steel seems a little complex. But here we are. Meteorite iron has its signature gold and white, or white and gold speckles, and I really like it. I think that's all I have to cover. Bye.